Hoping you've had a fantastic week. Welcome to another tantalizing episode of Metropole Sports Center. And as you can tell from our set today, we are doing a very special edition, particularly for the English Premier League. In case you didn't know, the final or the league, the season officially kicks off this weekend with major fixtures. That is mainly Arsenal is going to be playing against Fulham. So apart from that, I'm going to be having a team of football fans. I have an Arsenal fan over here and a Chelsea fan, and we are going to be making sense of the season that is season 2019-2020, and also postulating on what we expect to happen in the season 2020-2021. Now, time for me to introduce my guests for the day. My guest for the day is Eric Shilenje. Shilenje is a regular in the show. Shilenje, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
I see today you're going to be donning the Chelsea jersey.
Exactly. New sponsors.
Okay.
New jersey.
But there's been a whole conversation about the design of your jersey, but you're going to be talking about that.
The design doesn't play.
I know, I agree. But it adds to the beauty of the sport. You're going to be talking about the jersey conversation later on. And then I'm having a diehard Arsenal fan who in the course of the season 2019-2020 had a lot of mixed moments. In the middle of the season, he was like, I'm not going to be watching the final fixtures of the game, but looks like he's taking a turnaround. Simba, welcome to the show.
Here's the thing, man. Since we're talking about jerseys, let me just inform Shilenje, Arsenal just won the best home kit for this season. You do know that.
So, do you
agree, just give it to us. Give it to us. That's already a win.
For me, look at what the jersey does on the field of play.
But we won it.
Rather than just having a jersey with no performance.
Okay, I get your point. But you're going to come back to the whole conversation about the jersey outfits and what they actually mean in the football arena. Now, to my team today in the studio, let me start with Shilenje. Shilenje, this season has seen a lot of young coaches in the season. Mm-hmm. When we're talking about young coaches, we're talking about the Mikel Artetas, the Frank Lampards of the English Premier League season. Yeah. Are you impressed by the role that the young coaches have done in the league this season?
I think so far so good for some teams, especially Chelsea. And Arsenal. I can single out those two managers because these are two young managers that had no prior experience for Premier League. And you know Premier League is a top league, top there, where you compete with the best. But they came in with no experience, never had coaching role like a senior, like he's the manager of the team, and they've done better. Arteta has already won 2 trophies. Lampard has made Chelsea qualify for Champions League. He played a final. So I think for me those two have done better in the last season.
Simba, if there's a young coach, I beg your pardon, who's probably has had it very rough, he hasn't had it very easy in the English Premier League, is Manchester United's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, he came in the middle of the storm when Manchester United things were going south. But as the season was ending, for the longest time Manchester United has finally qualified to go into the Champions League. Are you impressed by what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done in the Manchester United?
I would say that I'm not impressed with Ole himself. I'm just impressed by the management of Manchester United. Because if you remember, Ole was supposed to go at some point. Things were really that bad. But then I think the management looked back and said, I mean, we've tried to get quick solutions to our problems. We brought in Mourinho at one time, things didn't work. We brought in Van Gaal, things didn't work, you know. So at one point, you have to start working for a long-term solution. And Ole Gunnar is a long-term solution. I'm not impressed with what he has done so far. No, I have a lot of conversation points on what he should have or what should have done. But I'm impressed with the Manchester United management. They've said, good, stick around, man. Because we've tried short-term solutions, we failed, stick around, come come up with an experiment. We're going to support you. So probably now, the experiment that, if I look at Ole, I would say the only experiment that I'm waiting for him to make work is the experiment for Martial and Rashford, make them the main anchormen for Manchester United and give them good support, Rashford and Fernandes. If that works, and then it gets a team B now, for me, that's why it's failed, because their transfer season has been way down there.
He's already done that.
It's already done that, but now the question is it going to work? What if one of them gets out? Pogba has been out for some time now, isn't it? Actually, we haven't seen the experiment for Pogba and Fernandes really tick that much. It is a prospect still. But what if one of them goes off? You know, there's no team B for Manchester United as we know of it. Yes.
Shilenje, just to fair, when you were talking, Simba was expressing disappointment with how Frank Lampard has performed in Chelsea this season. Are you impressed by Frank Lampard's performance with the team this season?
Sure, I am. I really don't know.
I mean,
what are your concerns about Frank Lampard?
National, if I get you right, we are looking at the youngest managers in the league, isn't it? I mean, how do you rate the performance of a manager? At the end of the day, Shilenje, whether you like it or not, man, I mean, you're going to look back at your board, of your drawer board, and then say, what do we have in? Nothing. What have you won? What silver have you won? Now,
no, like we look at the targets. Targets.
Yes, targets.
See, Frank came in when the team was undergoing major transition.
I see that.
As a young manager,
yes,
we had an embargo in signing.
Yes,
not allowed to sign.
Yes,
we had lost a star player in Eden Hazard.
Yes,
so he came in basically just to keep the team moving. Make the team stay afloat. His main target was to make the team qualify for Champions League.
Which you guys...
Was it really? I mean, Shilenje, are you speaking about that because you have qualified for Champions League?
No, I'm talking about the targets the manager had when he came in.
Speaking of, there's something you mentioned about the transfer ban that Chelsea had.
Yes.
Speaking about transfers, Chelsea has been on a buying spree.
You guys are buying everybody,
season.
Yeah.
We were actually joking and saying that right now, even if you walk with a jersey and a Chelsea jersey out here,
Chelsea might buy you.
In fact, I'm worried.
I think after this, you're going to play for
what position can you play? Six is really good. You can check that out.
No,
so Simba, what is the danger of having to buy so many players as that?
And I know Shilenje disagrees with me. Fine, you can disagree with me all you want. Fine. But this is what I keep on saying. On paper, Chelsea have won everything, man. You've swept from Carling Cup all the way to Champions League. Good. But there's a difference between what happens on paper and really what happens in the field. And I will tell you that. Let me give you examples. On paper, there was one time Arsenal would have won everything. Remember when he signed Mickey? And we had Sanchez, we had Ozil, you know? That midfield by itself. Bruh. I mean, we scared everybody. But guess what? It didn't work. But here's the thing, though. You guys have really bolstered in major positions. I would say yes, that's what you needed. And sometimes when you go into a transfer market, you really need to fix that.
Exactly.
But here's the thing: you can't sign 6 players who pretty much coming in to join into your team, and then you expect that they're gonna gel immediately. My concern is this: good, you've signed everybody, but I hope that Lampard, being young as he is, doesn't become a fan, and then in the first game of Chelsea, all the 6 players are there. Guess what's gonna happen? You guys are gonna lose.
No. I can tell you the difference. I can give you the difference with Arsenal and Chelsea.
Yes.
Chelsea has done it before. It's not the first time they're signing many players. They've done it before. When Mourinho came for the first time, Chelsea did a major overhaul of the team. And you saw, for the 2 seasons, the team won Premier League. 2 seasons.
But Mourinho has to win
squad,
something.
listen.
Yes.
And that squad is the one that has carried Chelsea in most of the success.
Yes.
That's between the mid-2000s
Yes.
up to latest, when most of them left the team.
Yes.
So Chelsea has done it before. Chelsea is a team used to winning. Okay? Chelsea is a team that can come from nowhere and win. From position 10, they come to win. So for me, I cannot see it as a surprise.
But then Shilenje, just before we come to Simba, Shilenje, do you see, because if you look at the players that you guys have bought, you've brought the likes of Akina Havertz into the team. You know, before these players actually come to play for Chelsea, they were with different coaches and their style of play was totally different. So I want you to detach yourself from Chelsea at this particular moment. Don't you see there's going to be a challenge with Frank Lampard trying to make them fit into the style of play that he wants them to be?
Now, especially
I know.
since we haven't had a long pre-season
I know
as you
that.
would have wanted.
First of all, you need to understand these are professional players.
Fine,
It's okay.
fine, we get that.
Okay.
Yes.
These are guys who know football.
Yes.
They're not coming to learn football.
Yes.
They're just coming to gel into the team.
That's the point.
Do you
gel.
get me?
So talk to me about
So,
how they want to
now-
gel after 2 games in
Okay,
pre-season.
okay. What I want you to understand is that before Frank signed these players,
Yes.
he had the freedom. He talked to them one-on-one. He convened them one-on-one on basis of his style of play.
Yes.
So the players see what I want you to be part of my project. I
Yes.
want you to play in this position. This is how I'm going to use you.
Yes.
So I think from that point, it's already clear that these guys understand the philosophy of the manager. They know what the manager expects out of them. It will not take a very short time, like a blink, of course. It will take 2, 3, 4 games for
Yes.
them to gel.
Yes.
And that's why they're also coming in to play with other guys. The other guys have been already playing that position.
How many are they?
The
Only
team-
4 left.
The team needs depth. You
Yes,
know that?
yes.
For the last season, we didn't have depth.
Yes.
We only had first 11. We need depth. We have many competitions. So the many games is what is going to help him to gel into the team. Because when these guys play, he can do rotation from competitions to the league. So in that way, they can come into the team.
I get
Sorry.
you. I mean, just to so that we're clear on that. I get Chilenje what you're saying. It's fine, man.
Yeah.
But then I want you to stop being a fan. I just want you to be a football.
To be realistic.
Yeah, just be realistic in the sense that this is stop being a Chelsea fan. Can we get him a different T-shirt? It's fine. It's fine. Stop being a fan. Let's talk like how we know football. Sanchez didn't work out. Right? Lukaku didn't work out.
No, Lukaku.
No, wait, he didn't work out
Lukaku
at Man U. How did he
Lukaku
work out? Why is
Manchester
he not at
United's
Man U?
record.
Why is he
Look at
not? No,
his
why is he not at Man U?
He's actually shining more at
Yeah,
Inter
I
than
think
he
Inter
was
and-
at
yeah.
Manchester United.
For Man
Mickey
United,
didn't work- Mickey didn't work at Man U. He didn't
I
work at
think-
Arsenal.
I think for Man United, they were a bit unfair
No, wait.
to Lukaku.
Just so that we
Because
know-
if you look at his record,
Let's get to
Yes.
why do
look
you
at the
think
record.
Why do you think
Look
they
at
didn't
the
work?
record.
And they're
Look
good
at the record.
players.
See, look at the record.
Yes.
The number of games he played and the number of goals he scored.
Yes.
Is better than Martial.
Why is he not at Man U?
Better than Rashford.
Why is he not at Man U?
I think he had a problem with the
He didn't have
fans,
he didn't
with
have
the
a problem.
board,
Let me tell
with
you,
the
right
manager.
now, when you count the top strikers in the
Yes.
world, I will go from Immobile, Lewandowski, and then guess what? Bam, Lukaku. He's not at
So
Man
he's
U.
there.
But the situation
yeah,
was-
he's there.
He's a top
He's there. So
striker.
he didn't work out at Man U.
since we are talking
Here's the
about
thing.
Simba.
I am praying, and here's the thing that I'm praying. I'm praying that you stop being a fan and say, well, those are so many players. What? Pepe is not worked out for Arsenal. Why are we not talking about
No,
Pepe?
for Pepe, we were duped.
No, we won.
Duped.
No, but he was a good player.
That was
Leon.
not his class.
Sorry, at Lille.
But that is not his class.
No, but here's the thing.
He was overhyped, actually. So, like, there's
23 seasons.
there was so much
23
expectation upon
goals.
him.
23 goals in a season is not getting overhyped. With around 11 assists, not getting overhyped, bro.
No, he was. Look
Pepe
at
is
the
a good
league.
player.
I think
But here's
it's a
the thing,
case.
though.
The league
Simba.
he
What I'm
came
saying,
from.
what I'm
think-
saying is this. What I'm saying is this. Yes, and I keep on telling you, you need to shut up, Shilenje. On paper, you have won the league. But then I'm hoping with the one preseason game that Havertz has had, with the 2 preseason games that Tim Werner has had, then they're gonna come in and then magically things start working
No,
out. They might struggle.
they will with
Those are
time.
6 new players.
With time.
The only player who I'm very sure is gonna work out for you, Silva.
Okay,
I mean,
Simba,
experience.
you need to understand. If you look at the,
Before we come to Silva, let's digress a little bit. We are coming back to the Silva conversation.
Yes.
Just to contextualize the issue of players not fitting in within the respective team,
Yes.
I want to give an example of James Rodriguez. James Rodriguez, during the World Cup, he played a very superb game. Then he shifted and went to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But when he went to Real Madrid, it was something totally different.
It was totally different.
I can
yeah.
understand. For James, I
Yes.
think he was. There are those players who play for a moment.
Yes.
Moment players.
And you also say the spotlight of the
Yeah.
World Cup. Isn't
And
it?
there are
Yes.
those players who have consistency.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So like for James, it was a moment. He
Yes.
just scored World Cup top scorer. In Real thought, we have this guy.
You
see?
answering, then
But
you're
the
answering yourself. Then you're answering
reason
yourself.
why I'm bringing that conversation, bringing
Yes.
the James story into the conversation,
Yes.
it shows the whole idea of buying a player who's already established in the market, a player who already this player is top notch.
Yes.
You get this player is top notch, so we think he's gonna fit this particular point. But then in the field, it's a totally different thing.
It's totally different.
totally
But
different
it's fine.
But you can
yes,
understand,
it's
for
fine.
James,
It's fine.
it was a bit difficult
Yes.
to come shine at Real when,
Real,
when there is
especially after-
Cristiano. there.
yes.
You see, it was a bit like heavy for him. They could have lowered the expectations
Yes.
out of him. He could have fitted properly well.
I get,
but the
I get,
expectations were too high.
I get what they're saying. Shillenga, I got no problem, man. The players the players that you've signed right now, they're really good. But then the equivalents of the same players that you have in the
course,
league, the
of course,
equivalents. But I don't want to look at Team Werner and then say, who's gonna play like Team Werner? There's nobody. There are guys who can play even better than Team Werner.
Now, this is
there are
what-
guys who can. They are better midfielders
I want
in
you
the
to
league
understand
already
one thing.
than the likes of Harvest.
If you look at
but
Timo
my point
Werner-
is this, therefore, then why are you looking at them and then saying, "Wow, we have outdone ourselves"? You haven't outdone yourselves. What you have is above average players. Who have a good game, who you think that once they come in, no, not you think, who you pray that once they come in, that they're going to give you a good game. But here's the thing, 6 is a huge experiment. That's my point.
That's
6,
like half of the team. That's
it's a
like
huge
half of the
experiment.
Okay, let me put it
so
clear.
at the end of the day, give it a probability. We do know the Cavs players they go in over the other side, they click immediately. Some take time to click. You do expect that.
Okay, Simba,
right?
you see, for the 6 players,
Yes.
for the ones that are coming to get into the team,
Yes,
5.
yes.
Because Sarr was loaned. Is going to be loaned, actually.
Yes.
So the 5 are the ones who are going to
Yes.
come into the
still,
team.
Still a huge number.
Still a huge number.
Yes.
I accept. Of the 5, Silva is 35.
Yes.
He's just like coming to help in transition the defense that
Yes.
we've had many issues. Now the remaining 4, we look at Werner.
Yeah, let's start with Werner.
Werner, 24.
Yes.
Yeah. Havertz, 21.
21. Quite young.
Chilwell, 23.
Quite young as well.
Ziyech, 26.
Quite young as well.
So you can see these are long-term
They're
projects.
long-term projects.
Yes.
So when you
They're long-term
when you call
projects.
something a long-term project,
Yes.
it means that there's the leeway of them not working out right now.
Exactly. I
So
don't, I don't dispute that.
So
we don't
speaking,
dispute that.
because you've mentioned the issue of long term.
Yeah.
So that means practically, as we are saying, practically, then Chelsea might not perform well this season since it's a long term.
As people are anticipating
Yeah.
just because of the signings that you've just made right now.
From a footballing angle,
Yes.
and having been experienced watching the Premier League, they're going to perform better. They might not win the league as,
Yes.
as many of you expect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
And I know it will be a joy. I know it will be a joy. But
yes.
their performance is going to go up.
Okay.
Of course, the gap that
you-
was there between City, Liverpool, and the rest. You see?
Yes.
Chelsea is going to narrow that gap.
Hopefully.
Ex-
Keep
no,
on
no,
saying
no,
hopefully.
that is sure.
Keep on saying hopefully.
No, it's sure.
As we
Shilenge,
If not win,
we've
they
had-
narrow the gap.
We have,
Yeah,
we've-
but they're going to perform better.
I'll take you back. We've had better experiments even before the likes of Team Werner and Ziyech and Havertz.
Which one failed?
Who have failed.
Which one failed?
I don't have to go very
Best-
far. Even in your team,
Which one failed?
Cahill.
So?
It wasn't that good of an experiment. Yes.
Do you know how long he played for Chelsea?
It wasn't that good of an
No,
experiment.
do you know how long he played for Chelsea?
All right, let's go.
Do you know how many trophies he won for Chelsea?
Yes, there's this
Go ahead.
player that you got from Everton. What is his name? This midfielder. What was his name?
this season or last season?
Last season, 2 seasons ago. What was his name?
From
Everton. No,
Drinkwater.
Drinkwater.
Yes,
Drinkwater.
you had the likes of Drinkwater in your team. Best experiment. I mean, they were the star players at Leicester. So,
no, what about Kante?
but when they cross
what about Kante?
that's one of them that worked out. And from the way things are looking, you guys have no plan for Kante this season.
No.
Simba, as we wrap up the first part of the show.
Yes.
Based on the players that they have gotten and Arsenal as well, I wanted us to wrap up on that. Based on the players that you guys have, which position do you see yourself finishing this season?
It's a prediction now.
Is a prediction.
Yes.
I cannot give like a substantive position.
Yes.
But I know with the players we have, the manager, and the expectations, will be top 3.
Ooh,
Three.
top 3.
Yeah,
is not
top
bad.
3.
Arsenal.
I just want to make Shilenje happy because I know if I say number 2.
No, I want you to be factual.
we'll
Be
say,
factual.
nah.
No, be factual.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah, don't make me happy.
Arsenal,
Just be factual.
I will say, and I kept on saying, I kept on saying this.
Considering the fact that
Yes.
there's the chances of getting Partey.
We might
Thomas
get
Partey.
Partey, we might get Aura, fine.
50-50.
50-50, we're still
50-50.
waiting.
Yeah,
the
because
window is
you
still
don't want to
open.
spend.
But
Fine.
also
Yes.
Coutinho was mentioned as a possible
No, Coutinho is
swap.
back to.
No,
I think Coutinho
Coutinho
is
will
back to
stay.
Barca.
He'll stay at
Yes.
Barca.
Yeah, he's getting back to Barca. But here's the thing, though. I want to make a proper prediction, and I'm coming from this sense. Arsenal have been the surprise team this season. No, sorry, last season. Nobody expected we'll beat them and win
Liverpool, Man City.
and win a trophy. We beat Man City. You know, but when you look at it, it sort of tells you that the only thing Arsenal needed was just a direction in the proper way. And we look at the players that we have there, the proper experiments that have been at Arsenal more than these new experiments that are coming in at Chelsea. We've had Martinelli, who unfortunately got injured towards the end of last season, but who, when you look at him, good experiment. Bukayo Saka, good experiment. Keita, good experiment. Because of that, I would say the worst we can land on, 5. But from what I'm seeing it, you know, in every running there are those underdogs and black dogs who come in to spoil something. Number 4 is ours.
Number 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're the black horse.
Yeah, we're black horse. 4-5. 4-5.
So which one?
Yeah, 4-5.
Which one?
4 or 5.
Which one?
Give me 4.
Be specific. Which
Give me
one?
4.
So you're gonna
Give me
be top 4?
Willian is gonna tell us exactly how to beat you guys.
I doubt.
You know, and then after that we're gonna
We
beat you in one or two games.
are going to have the Willian story
Yes.
after the break.
Fantastic. 4 is it?
Yeah,
4
so
is
we
it.
are with that we take a short commercial break, but before we go for a break, these are some of the sporting moments from the English Premier League this past season.